Welcome back to my road to completion guide for Control. This is episode 10. Let's go ahead and make our way out of the HRA lab. You guys will have a secret passage you can open up here. That'll lead you back out to Central Research. Take a left, go back to the elevator, and we're going to take this elevator to the maintenance sector. Once you make it to the maintenance sector, take a left at the intersection. That's going to take you guys into a fairly small room. There's going to be a combat sequence that I want you guys to complete. Then there's a collectible. It's a clipboard sitting on a desk. We definitely want to make sure that we pick that up. That's going to allow us to start the side mission, A Good Defense.
You keep him safe, like you do with me.
So this mission is fairly close by, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up now. So we're just going to head back to the intersection. We're going to go straight across this time. The problem is that the door is locked, so we need to destroy 3 hiss nodes, very similar to what we did in the previous episode. You can shoot them with your gun or launch something at them, but just make sure that you destroy all 3. Then the door is going to open. You'll see it there, field training. That's the door that you guys want to enter, and then come up here, interact with this panel.
So I just read this. Welcome to the Ranger Field Training course. The course must be completed in the specified amount of time. When you're ready to start, press the button. Is that all, or?
So at this point, we need to complete this training exercise. You can see that I'm shooting the door there with my shatter shot. You're probably wondering why. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that that's what I had switched to. It's a lot easier to take these targets out using the shatter shot. And notice that I'm not aiming. I'm just kind of shooting from the hip. A lot easier to take them out that way, guys. There's a fuse we have to put in the correct spot. There's another one up here. You can actually throw this one all the way across the room. And then if you have enough ability bar, you can actually just evade over all these gaps right here. Make it a lot quicker. 3 targets in this room, like that. Then we have 2 more fuses to put in place in this room. Now you do have a time limit with this training exercise, and you guys will hear the NPC telling you how much time you have left. I can't hear game audio now, but I think that when I finished the course, I had like at least over 10 seconds left. I want to say it was about 15. But you notice here that I'm grabbing the gas tank, throwing it up against the object. That's going to allow that barrier to go away and allow me inside the astral plane. So you can see we have some more of these gold targets that we cannot kill. The game is wanting us to use a brand new ability called Shield. You can see the tutorial right there. Hold L1 to use the shield. That just calls out a bunch of objects in the environment and serves as a shield to protect our character. Now the only thing that you need to do is keep waiting for your ability bar to fill up all the way. Then get close enough to these enemies where they start firing at you, and when they start firing at you guys, use that shield ability. You can always get behind cover like I'm doing here to get your bar back. Notice how my ability bar is filling back up. And just keep doing that, guys, until you're able to leave the astral plane. As soon as you guys leave the astral plane, you'll get the trophy Insular Telekinesis for obtaining the shield ability. Now the trophy's gonna pop in just a second, but you can see on screen that we just got credit for completing a good defense. That's gonna be your 4th side mission out of 15. And now we have a few combat sequences that we need to get through, another fuse puzzle that we need to solve, and then we're gonna be heading back to the Oceanview Motel. So I'm gonna catch up with you guys when we get there. Talk to you in a few. So here we are back at the Oceanview Motel and Casino. Let's go up to the desk. I want you guys to ring the bell twice. That's going to open up the middle door. And inside of that door, we need to move 3 things. The first one's going to be the radio that's on the windowsill, right there. And then to the right of that's going to be the picture frame. And then behind you is going to be a plant. Move all 3 of those. Perfect. Then I want you guys to head out of this room, take a left, go into the 3rd room, and pick up the key. Okay, that's going to be our exit. Go back to the upside down diamond shaped door, open up the door, and get out of here. Now, in order to make it over to the bridge, you guys can use your evade ability to cross that gap. Then I want you guys to follow this path until we get to a combat sequence. Of course, we're going to kill all those enemies, and then we have access to another control point that I want you guys to cleanse. This will be your 13th control point out of 25.
Okay, we need to find a way to Blackrock processing. That's where Marshall said we'd find a prism.
After you cleanse the control point, we want to make our way upstairs. There's an NPC that I want you guys to talk to. After we talk to him, the door that's on the other side of the room will open up.
I'm here. You've all given.
Perfect. Now we need to head into the next room and interact with an object. The problem is there's going to be an enemy that shows up behind you as soon as you interact with the object. So you guys need to be quick about this, okay? Press square, interact with the object, immediately turn around, grab anything that you can in the environment and toss it at the enemy. That's going to keep the enemy from getting close to you, because if this enemy gets close to you guys, he does a lot of damage.
The fuck?
Now, as soon as you hit the enemy, I want you guys to look to the right. There's going to be a stack of wood. Stand behind that stack of wood. And at this point, we're looking for the gas. I'll show it to you when I stop firing here. See the gas in the environment? We're just following that, guys. That lets you know where this enemy is. You guys can shoot the enemy, throw stuff at it. However you want to kill it is fine. Just make sure that you kill this enemy before you come from behind this stack of wood. Based on all my practice with this game, I've never had the enemy attack me while I was standing over here in this corner. So this should provide you guys a ton of safety in order to get this kill. As soon as this enemy dies, we're going to head into the next room, which is the Lab 1 room. We're going to pick up another clearance key. This will give us access to clearance level 5.
There are areas in the oldest house where, under the right conditions, when the frequencies
This
match,
should get us into the quarry.
other dimensions leak in. We call these areas.
So let's go ahead and take the elevator that's just up ahead. There's going to be a combat sequence coming up I want you guys to complete, and then we have another control point that we need to cleanse. This will be your 14th control point out of 25.
Comes from a threshold, the quarry. So the prisms must be there too.
So we have another control point coming up. This will be your 15th control point out of 25, but we do have 2 combat sequences that we need to get through first. They're fairly small, pretty easy, so you guys enjoy the gameplay, and I'll talk to you once we cleanse that next control point. Alright guys, let's go ahead and upgrade some abilities before we head into the Black Rock Quarry. Go down to abilities. I want you guys to upgrade Energy 3 and Energy 4. That's going to give you credit for 10 of the 43 abilities that you need in order to pop the 2 trophies related to your abilities tree. And then we're going to head in there into the Black Rock Quarry. We have a lot of fighting that we need to do. And then we're going to be picking up the Black Rock Quarry Prism, which is going to allow us to continue the campaign.
not what I expected.
So the prism is just up ahead in that rubble. You'll see it show up here in a second, guys. After you pick up the prism, I want you guys to go ahead and quit back to the main menu, continue back in. That's going to get you back to your previous control point super quick, and then we'll continue.
And there it is, right where you led me.
As soon as you arrive at the control point, go ahead and fast travel back over to Central Executive.
Any word on survivors?
Had to take a detour. Here.
There it is, guys. We have officially wrapped up mission number 5. You can see it there, mission completed threshold. I think it takes a few seconds here for my trophy to pop, which is why you see me just standing around. We just picked up the next mission, my brother's keeper. As soon as this trophy pops, though, we're going to head back over to the control point. I want you guys to upgrade another ability called Energy 5. There it is, finally. So let's head back over to the control point. Again, I want you guys to upgrade the ability Energy 5. That's going to be your 11th ability out of 43. At this point, we need to make our way over to the elevator. We want to travel to the containment sector. We have 2 big combat sequences that we need to get through. There's going to be another control point. That's going to be your 16th control point out of 25. And then I'm going to hop back in with some commentary and talk about our next trophy, Paranatural Collection.
Containment sector. Panopticon. Maximum security prison.
Okay guys, just follow my gameplay here for navigation and I'll explain this next trophy, Paranatural Collection. In order to get this trophy, we have to collect more than 100,000 source. You guys know every time we kill an enemy in the game, we collect source. You'll see that in this combat sequence. Just keep looking in the bottom left above my health bar. Every time I kill an enemy, you guys will see some numbers show up. That's me collecting source. You can see that I have, what is that, 67,000 or so right now. I don't know how much you guys have at this point. It really just depends on how you've decided to play the game, if you've died, if you've been using safety saves or not. But if you've went through this game like I have, using your safety saves, stuff like that, you should be around the $60,000 to $70,000 mark anyway, okay? And I'm going to show you in a second. I think I'm done with the combat now. Yeah, I'm just showing you here where you could have went for defense. But notice what happens when I come up here and I turn this corner. You'll see that I go straight into my menu. And I'm going to start deconstructing my weapon mods and personal mods. Each time you do that, you guys will get some extra source, okay? Now, you do not have to do this at this point. I had to put this trophy somewhere, and I knew at this point in the guide we'd all be fairly close to 100,000 source, but you guys do not have to deconstruct your mods. I know that you all are using mods, okay, or I've told you that you can. So if you guys don't want to deconstruct anything, you don't have to. Just keep playing the game. Trust me, you will get 100,000 source before you complete this game, okay? So you can skip this step if you want to, or you can pick this trophy up now with me. Now you can see that after I deconstructed all of those weapon mods and personal mods, I still only have about 70,000 source. But remember, we have spent source in this game, and that counts. We spent some source to be able to upgrade Shatter, and then we have some more enemies that we're going to be killing in this next room, okay? So if you have about 80,000 source or so, 70 to 80,000 source, you should be able to have enough enemies left in this episode to be able to get that trophy to pop before you move into episode 11. Now, you will see my trophy pop during this combat sequence, okay? So by the time I leave this episode, I will have Threshold and Paranatural Collection. Once we're done with this combat sequence, we're going to head back to the Oceanview Motel and Casino, and of course I'll come back in with commentary and tell you guys how to solve that puzzle. So the solution to this puzzle is to ring the bell 3 times. That's going to open up the last door. Inside of that room is going to be that same picture frame that we moved last time, except this time it's going to be upside down. We're going to have to spin it around all the way on the wall. See it over there? Just interact with that. Then I want you to head back to the bell, ring it 1 time. That's going to open up the middle door, and that's going to be where the key is. And of course you guys know what to do at this point. We're just going back to the upside down triangle door, getting out of this area. Then we have an NPC that we need to talk to. Once we're done talking to the NPC, we're going to open up a new area in the game. The first thing we're going to see is another control point. That will be your 17th control point out of 25. And that will wrap up this episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Any questions, leave them down below in the comments. And I'll see you guys right back here in episode 11. Be good.
Hard for him as they were for me. Maybe in here, they were even harder.
It's try here.
The Panopticon. Dylan's close. But that object of power might wreck this place before I find him.